2, 1. Hello, all of you lovely. Oh my god, I was stupid. I didn't even have the game loaded up before we started. Look, in my
We hope
defense,
you're enjoying this
I
black
have
screen.
it's not a black screen. It'll where the hell did the
They can see your
button?
desktop?
They can see my desktop. That's fine. They can. My friend made this for me, by the way. The trans and ace SPQR background. It's really cool. She's getting into art lately, so that's pretty cool. I'll just go through
That's
here.
cool. I'm
Yeah.
trying to think of trans and ace people from history. I bet that a lot of people identify Elagabalus, who we've mentioned previously, as trans, which is kind of questionable. But I think you could possibly say that my hero, Julian the Apostate, was asexual. He was briefly married, but they didn't even sleep in the same room. He was never accused of having any, you know, lovers or anything like that. He was of the opinion that people were, should be focused on like running the empire instead of sex.
I fully agree. A much more sensible pursuit. I must
Mm-hmm.
say, than all of this ghastly romance. Although, speaking of romance, what I was just doing with my friend, we were just finishing a series. That's the reason we're late. Yes, I sort of blew off slash delayed you guys on stream for my friend to finish watching a show with. See, this is what happens when you speak Latin, you mix everything up. And we were watching Feel Good on Netflix by comedian Mae Martin, and wow, is it good? It's like Fleabag, but gay, and it's like
Oh, that's
wow.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to see Fleabag. My parents were crazy about it.
Okay, so Fleabag for British people, for British middle class people, it was all Hamilton basically. It was British Hamilton in terms of like the cultural zeitgeist that it had. Hey Vaughan. But yeah, no. Fleabag was like British middle class Hamilton. In like it was a thing that middle class people got obsessed about for a few months, and still kind of we still kind of venerate it. And you know, I'm middle class. I think Hamilton's pretty great.
Okay, that's cool.
Oh my. Just
Excuse
checking
me.
that I'm still visible and everything. I think it's the computer is being weird. I said that, but okay, no, it should be fine. It should start. It should be taking. Oh, I see what's going on. Hold on.
Hmm.
No, there we are. Because my picture went off the stream. Um, that's
Oh,
that's
oh,
fine. We're
that's true. I
back.
didn't notice.
But yeah, no. So middle class Hamilton. Feel Good. Yeah. Oh my God, Feel Good was. I'm going to lose my mind. Look, it's having some bloody error again. What the hell, dude? Okay, they've reset it to the default settings. Hopefully it'll be fine. I'm like, I literally reinstalled you last night so that we would not have these issues. No.
For those of you not picking up on this, Bella is all uh, flabbergasted. She has a packed schedule and managed to squeeze us in like right between like literally she just finished this
Yeah,
this thing with a friend. So
not to be this yeah, unironic, but we should talk about that. Not like specifically you and me, just like I need to talk about it or think about it with myself because it's bad habit I think I've gotten into of a bad habit I've gotten into of doing that, of cramming people in to these short little spaces and therefore not allowing each of my friends enough time, which is bad of
no,
me.
no, I don't particularly care one way or the other. But it is hilarious because I have done nothing today or yesterday. I like on my days off. It's all like bed sores for my days off.
Yeah.
Let's see. So what was the problem? You got a error message?
Well, it seems like we're back up and operational again. Also, by the way, Vaughan says hi to you.
Let this be a very important. Oh, hi. What would you say, Fawn?
Vaun. Oh
Oh,
yeah, that reminds me. I've got
the
probably my. Go on.
I think there might be a kind of a weird delay here because I see your mouth moving and then I don't. But what the hell was I gonna say? It was something about yeah, I don't know. It probably just assume that it was witty and profound.
Superlative. We will do so. Speaking of witty and profound, having done stand-up comedy, you might enjoy Feel Good because it is about stand-up comedy. Actually, we could do it as a watch party in my server for you and anyone else who wants to watch. I'm happy to rewatch stuff to watch
Yeah.
Feel Good. Yeah, it's just so good. I won't spoil it
Cool.
for people, but
Yeah,
it's
tell us
good.
in the chat who your favorite stand-up comedians are. Probably some obscure British assholes who I don't know. Probably has some awful British name like Thaddeus Pizzlewick or
Okay, so hang
something
on.
like that.
I actually saw a stand-up special on Netflix recently that I really enjoyed. Taylor Tomlinson, Quarter Life Crisis. It's a good comedy special. Oh,
Okay.
another thing, like I'm actually my landlord happens to be at the present place I'm staying at, the Airbnb I'm staying. He happens to be friends with a comedian, so I'm hopefully going to go see her perform next week. And it happens to be the case that she's also an actress, and I've seen her in one of my favorite series, which is Banana, which was an a Channel 4 series. Anyone from the UK might recognize the series Banana. It's really good. Yeah, it's
Oh,
just
cool.
great. Yeah. So that's it would be really cool meeting her. Or like just seeing her before. The bright balls, guys, look, we have the bright balls again. Which is very important. We must
Oh
sort
yeah, I forgot about the.
Oh wait, also
We
hold
got
on.
some
Are these important?
balls.
I feel like they can't be important because we won't be able to take them with
Yesterday.
us. So I'm like I want to see what happens
No.
if we drop one of them off the edge of the world. Like what happens? Does it return like we do? Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I feel it went off the edge. I feel like it went off the edge.
Yeah, if I know anything about game design.
Oh my god! Look, it's there. Wait, no, that's a moon. That's a moon. I'm being stupid. I'm sorry. A morning, a,
Look up
a crammed schedule makes.
in the
But
sky. I think there's multiple moons or celestial objects. Yeah, you can see the sun on the other side.
this is true, and we are definitely experiencing a delay because yeah, yeah. Or rather, we're experiencing a delay with
Yeah, I just
the
noticed that.
video. I mean, that's fine. These things happen. But yeah, ting. Um, I had a really jam-packed day today though. I went to an art gallery, and I saw some lovely 19th century art. Got lunch with some friends. Um, yeah, it was basically like woke up, had breakfast, shower, went out to meet them, came back here, finished watching that show with my friend for like a couple of hours, and then straight onto here. So I'm jam-packed. It's a bad habit though. I need to be better. Like I have one or two things I'm doing because I the reason
Hey,
that I developed this is
I
like
hate to
oh.
I hate to point this out again, but
Mhm.
you did uh, uh, jump back to the very beginning of this stage instead of the end.
Oh, instead of the end. Okay, let's because the portal is right here. I'll take the portal. Um, but yeah, like forgive me for full on doing like armchair like monologue therapizing with all this, but I think it happened. Like I think the reason I started doing this thing of like cramming sort of small meets with people into my life is because in London, while I was doing my masters, I was like super. It was the most work I've ever had in my life because I had a part time job every day of the week as a nanny, an after school nanny, and I was also doing my masters, studying and writing the dissertation, and I started working at a cafe to save up money for like my trans related healthcare stuff. Um, so the way it would work is uh, they would give me the morning shifts because I had to pick up the kid, and they let me leave half an hour early so I could take care of him. Um, so I would get up at like, oh God, 7. I think you can actually jump over there because look how far I got. We'll try one more time. Anyway, but like, yeah, so I'd get up at like 7. I'd get there.
Yeah, you might
Oh
be
no,
right.
sorry. I'd wake up at like 5. I would wake up at like 5 a.m. because it takes me like an hour to wake up and caffeinate and shit like that. And I'd leave the house at like 6:30 or 7. I'd get to the cafe for I think 8. Um, and then I'd work from 8 until I'd work from 8 until 2:30. At 2:30, I'd get a train to the kid's place, and then I'd nanny the kid until like usually about 6 p.m., but sometimes a bit later. And on some days after that, I would be teaching. I would be tutoring Latin, so I'd have to go from the kid's place to another place. That's for another half-hour bus ride, and then I teach Latin and slash or babysit until like 11 p.m. So sorry, until about 10ish p.m. So sometimes I'd finish work at 10 p.m. and I'd get home at like 11 p.m. and I'd just go straight to bed and wake up in time for the and wake up again for it all the next day. It was a nightmare. But the point of it was that the reason I'm kind of this
Yeah,
is
it
because
sounds
like
healthy.
it was not, but it got me because of that I was able to transition. So there we go. It worked out okay in the end, and I got a distinction on my masters, so it worked out well in the end. But like because of that, I got really good at like squeezing like a dating life out of that. So I used to literally just like do like 15-minute coffee dates in between things. Like one thing that would happen a lot is I'd maybe have on a day that I had off from the cafe, I'd have the morning free before I had to go to the kid. Uh we'd have a class that would finish at like 12, right? Or 1, and then I had to go to pick up the kid at 2:30. So I'd like arrange a coffee date or something for literally 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. And I'm like, right, I gotta go. Bye. And I met some cool people that way. But at the end of the day, it's not, I don't know, it got me into that bad habit of not giving people. I feel like you're supposed to be able to jump across. Hello, LS. Um,
No, I don't know. I haven't seen. It doesn't look like there's anything on the other end of the gap though to do.
no, there's another of those signal handprint things. Also, hey, LS.
Oh, well. How about we cheat super hard?
Yeah, you're going to look at the guide, I assume.
Yeah. Let's see. Here we go.
That is entirely
Actually, let
fine.
me copy it so that we can whatever. Okay. Yeah, there's more stuff to do inside the factory, but I think that they had said um the place that we were just go. You were linked away. The symbol is a regular Bahro cave. Turn around and touch the symbol on the wall. In the middle of the cave is a round stone shape floating in the air. One half of the round stone materializes after you touch the wall. Walk into the opening in the middle of the Bahro cave, and you will be linked.
So did it say to jump into that thing? I'm gonna jump
I
into it.
think that it extra was it? Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry.
Although I think that we've already done that. I think it just gave you something extra, like a stone thing,
Whoa.
on your on your your home world.
Okay.
Oh
Let's go. Let's go, lads.
yeah, let it just link you there, and then now Go outside. I think there's a stone thing that you got. Yeah, whatever.
Wait, in my home world,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Well,
Um,
there's a big delay.
that is annoying. You said there should be a thing in my home world. So in my home area.
Yeah. I think that basically by going into that cave, you and jumping into the hole, you get a like stone thing that shows up somewhere outside by a tree in your home world, the place with the
Oh,
library that you were just in.
okay, let's try it.
It's weird that they don't tell you specifically that that's what happened. Then again,
True.
they don't really tell you anything in this game.
Oh no, look, it's gonna fall off. It fell off the edge of the world and it's
Is
gone
anyone in the
now.
comments saying or asking anything interesting?
No, not presently. And so you said there should be
Whoa,
a new.
there was a
I don't think I can see a stone. I got this tree, that's new. There's this path, we can go
hmm.
down the path. To nothing, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, they said it was behind some tree or something.
Let's see if we can
I don't know.
maybe.
Whatever it is, it
Oh
was
wait,
something
no, there it is.
optional. I
I see
think.
it, I see it, there it is. It's here. So do we stand in this?
Oh yeah, yeah. That's exactly what it looked like in the cave. It doesn't
Yeah.
appear to do anything. I think it's just decoration.
Maybe it's like we need to get another part and make it a whole. I don't know. And then it manifests another one of these, perhaps. Let's see if any of these will
Yeah, that's a good
activate.
theory. Uh, in the meantime, let me go look up what sort of stuff we have left to do in that pellet factory place.
Yeah, sure. Interesting. Well, I'm going to go back and try to jump over again like an idiot. Um, Interesting. Right. So, LS asks, as a Christian, what do I think about Islam in Europe? Christian parents have a retention of about 25% of their children remaining Christians. For Muslim parents, it's at 71%. So LS, I mean, I'm a Christian, but I
Yeah, that doesn't
don't.
sound like a loaded question at all.
I mean, I'm a Christian, but I'm one of those obnoxious atheist Christians, and also I'm not like militant about like I don't care about making other people Christian. I care about like what I call, for instance, pro-life values. I think abortion should be safe and legal for for everyone who needs it, and no barriers whatsoever. That's not what I mean by pro-life. By pro-life, I mean you know, valuing life in society and valuing all human lives who have social relations and all this kind of stuff. But in terms of like, so I don't care if fewer people are becoming Christian, but there are some complicating factors in the data you present about the retention rate for Christian and Muslims. One of them being that I have a suspicion that perhaps sociologists are less likely to realize what's the word I'm looking for, or to register with terminology like nominal Muslims as much as nominal Christians. So we all know people, right, who, if you ask them their religion, they'll be like, oh, I'm Christian. But they never go to church, they don't read the Bible, anything like this. And I feel like, I don't know actually, because often these surveys are based on self identities. That's an interesting question. I was going to say that maybe Muslims would be more likely to be classed as
Here,
Christian.
I should interrupt you. I'm sorry, but
That's fine, go on.
the when you go into this book, jump way ahead to you should be able to flip the pages to go into the factory. I believe.
Okay. Into the factory. Let's go. Um, but yeah, no, so LS, I'm not worried about Islam myself. Like, I I've known Muslims. They're
Yeah,
they're fine. Right. Oh, do we go
yeah,
here?
I agree. Yeah, and they're not actually asking my opinion, but I'm a white straight American, and so I can't help but throw my opinions whenever they're not requested. So, anyways, yeah, I think that. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I think part of it is what you were saying with terminology stuff. If someone, was raised by Christian parents and doesn't go to church themselves, at least in America, they're a lot of times they're not likely to call themselves Christians. But someone who is born into a Muslim family and doesn't, pray 5 times a day and doesn't do all the sort of stuff that you're supposed to do is more likely to identify as
Um,
Muslim.
LS
And I
is
would
asking. Go on.
it being a sort of cultural identity.
Yeah. Um,
No,
LS
no,
asks
that was
if
basically it. What was she asking?
if I had to guess, what do I think the majority UK religion will be in 2100? I mean, that's way off in the future. We can't know, but I mean, probably atheist, like most like or no religion. I would guess personally. What do you think it'll be?
Probably Sikh, right? Probably, probably Zoroastrian or Sikh.
What about
Uh,
what's the word I'm
but
looking for? Aryan Christianity. It's going to make a comeback. It's going to be our turn now.
yes. Um, the what was I gonna say? Yeah. If I can just rile up your fan base a little bit, it does seem, and I know that I'm in America and I don't have direct experience over there, so maybe I'm totally wrong, but it seems like Europeans in general are just fucking obsessed with Muslims and the idea that there's this invasion coming in and taking over and converting the whole place and wanting to take over the great replacement sort of thing and you know it sounds pretty alarmist and silly to me. Feel your opinion, chat.
Yeah. So Appius, what do we do from
Balls in
here?
your
You
court.
said to go back here. What do we do?
Good. Let me check the thing. One second.
So LS
Okay.
thinks that there will be parity between Muslims and atheists, but Muslims will define the agenda culturally and politically because they're more evolutionarily functional. And Jack Tier says that at the moment, white European couples are only having 1.7 children, evening Jack, and also evening everyone else. Okay, so like, I'm not a, I'm not a demographer. It's not my area of expertise, but my general understanding is that the trend that we've observed in modern industrialized societies is that as a country becomes more industrialized and has a higher GDP, gets wealthier, the inhabitants tend to have fewer children on average. The same is literally happening right now in India and China. I mean, China one child policy, so it's not organic, as it were. It's not like an uninhibited situation. But in India, where there's no like government policy mandating people to have or not have children, the birth rate is decreasing. Um, I think LS has a question for you, Appius, if you are still connected. Asking, is this alarmist because it ultimately doesn't matter, or is it alarmist because the replacement isn't happening?
Oh my god.
And I assume they are referring to the great replacement
The
idea.
sorry. Yeah, you got some great fans, Bella. So, uh, like, it, it, but here's the thing: is that like the idea of lower birth rates and stuff among Europeans and things. That's a good thing. I know that you think it's not. I know you think it's part of some conspiracy to like get rid of the whites and replace them with filthy brown folk. But you want a lower population. Like that means less. Greenhouse gases, less natural resources need to be used by people. Da da da. Muslims as well need to stop fucking and popping out babies. It needs to be this whole thing, and it's not a competition. Again, I know you think it is. I know you think it's you versus them, but you know, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm personally skeptical of this on some levels because,
Okay.
yeah?
I'm looking in the thing. I don't know if I'm getting cut off or what, Bella, but go ahead. I think there's some delay or something.
No, so what do we do? What do we do next to progress?
So I'm looking that up right now.
Cool. So, so, like, obviously climate change is something I'm very passionate about, but I think it's important to remember that I think it's like 80% of global fossil fuel emissions are by major companies, and you can argue that these companies are producing these products and producing those emissions in the context of global like capitalism, which we in the West are fueling. But I think we need to remember when we say that we need to have a lower population in order to offset the effects of climate change, that I feel like this lets corporations off the hook, especially when there's lots of things that corporations could be doing or could be mandated to do, I should say, which would be better for the environment, but which just aren't being done and which don't require a lower population. So, for instance, plastics. If a law were put into place that, say, corporations had to use a closed loop recycling for plastic bottles, for instance, or couldn't use certain plastic containers, that would come into effect, and that would have a dramatically positive effect on the environment, but it doesn't require any reduction in population. So I just think we need to, I guess, remember who is really holding the cards in all of this.
No, I 100% agree with you on that. It's I think that there's too much you know impetus or pressure, whatever, on regular people to try and solve this stuff by putting plastic in the recycling and doing using fluorescent lights and whatever. When really most of it's coming from the corporations, but it's tough to argue that if there were, if we had like half of the human population that we have now, that we would be using as many resources, as much, the supply and demand
Apius, you're cutting out a bit.
wouldn't be there. But that's beside the point, really. Like I'm not necessarily just talking about environmental things. I'm also talking about. Was that? Oh
Oh, you were
God,
cutting. It's
God, this is
okay. That's okay. These
infuriating.
things
I need
happen.
to start doing this like closer. I need to start doing this closer to the Wi-Fi router or something.
You need to literally
Um,
squat over the router and be
yeah,
like,
I don't.
"Hey, that's all right. Hey, like, what's the word?
Yeah, this is
I
very
It's something
annoying.
I've
Okay.
heard that Americans generally
Okay.
have slower service Wi-Fi service than Europeans. She said as a weird sort of national brag.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So here's what I'm seeing as far as the puzzle. Some people may have forgotten that this game actually has puzzles. The Remember at the very end of the factory stage, there's that linking book that takes you to a weird, like, self-contained cave.
Oh yeah,
Is that what I'm talking about?
yeah. I think
Okay.
so.
So there are drawings on the walls. The first drawing has 40 spokes, this like a circle
Shit. I need to go back to my Relto. Hold on.
with four. Oh, okay. Um, the Those symbols, I think, are they're related to the ovens, like those weird things that you went in and you changed the sliding things on them. Remember
Yeah.
that, the sliders?
Yeah, let's go back to that area. Um,
Yeah. So
Um, LS is saying what the people who predict a worldwide population drop forget is that the tendency to religious belief is heritable. The religious will inherit the earth and keep on pumping out babies. See, I actually don't think so. Like, maybe this is my new atheist tendency showing. I sort of feel like religion will decrease and die out in say Muslim majority countries as they as their GDP increases, as they get more access to the internet, etc. It's not guaranteed to happen, but I think it's quite likely to happen. And Jack Tier has said very interestingly, the right algorithm and a Turing machine, and it can produce living tissue. 3D computers take 3 days to build a house, so won't a lot of the population be surplus to requirements in the future? Yeah, and Khidnaf, I believe, is a YouTuber with a really, I think that's his name, or CGP, no, CGP Grey, I'm sorry, CGP Grey has a really good video called Humans Need Not Apply, and it's sort of a futuristic video about speculating about the future of
yeah,
work
I
and
think
yeah,
that
what's going to be. Sorry, Apius. Yo, are you still here? Or are we cutting out? What's happening? I'm trying to figure out. Apius, you're
what
on, guy. What do we do with the drawings? Help us. This thing is
yeah, they're
scary.
related to the others. The 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 reason there's an in here is because those are like a clue.
Goodness.
To go back there and then
Okay, let's just remember the order they come in. So it's like, we'll call this like, smiley face, because it looks like a face. Smiley face, evil eye, umbrella,
set them.
smiley face, evil eye, umbrella. Smiley face, evil eye, umbrella. Okay, now I'll go back.
Well, no, I don't. Oh, yeah, good idea. Good. Yes, you're right. Okay, and that goes from most number. That goes from most number of spokes to least, right?
Oh wait, no, that was just order that they were in the cave. Most number of spokes to least. Hold on. Oh, somebody's also messaged me.
Yeah, because it'll tell you
Ah, I see.
basically what level to set all the different sliders to.
Hold on. So
Um,
umbrella,
but yeah, I
least.
missed what one of the people in the comments have been saying to us. But yeah, I think that theory doesn't hold water about that we were talking about roughly 15 minutes ago about uh, uh, religious people having children and them being more likely to stay religious and stuff because it's a sort of ingrained genetic sort of thing or whatever. That doesn't add up because if that were the case, then why would Europe, which was Christian, go to being mostly agnostic or atheist within the span of a couple of generations, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no. Okay, so we need to go to the So now we need to go back to that control room. You say, yeah? Let's roll. Um,
Mm-hmm.
somebody. So Ella says, in response to the idea of like a house being built by 3D printing. Is a beautiful house the same if it was built by a computer as opposed to be built by our ancestors and or neighbors? It's completely fucked up relationship to nature and society because of wealth. I mean, personally, I don't care that much about like my ancestors, but I get your point about your neighbors and like not having a sense of community in your society. Okay, Apius, we need to go back to the
Behind you is
control
where
room,
you want to
please.
go.
Oh, back to the control room. Okay, let's go. Um, right, we need to.
Okay, so you will on those little hoppers that you see there, go to one of the control. Oh wait, I think they're all turned off right now, aren't they?
No, they're on, I
Yeah,
think.
they're all. No, they have a red light that comes on when you can access the sliders, right?
Maybe.
So I think we need to turn them on by going back to the control room. You were right the first time.
Oh, right. Yeah, makes sense.
Sorry, but what was this person in the comments saying something about computers designing art or something?
Houses. It was about computers printing houses. It says, I honestly don't fully understand. I can just read out the comment again. Um, is a beautiful house the same if it was built by a computer as opposed to being built by our ancestors and or neighbors? It's a totally fucked up relationship to nature and to society.
I think it is. Yeah, if it's built by there's an opinion that some people have nowadays when it comes to art and things like this, where the most important aspect is the creator and what they were the artist was thinking when they did that. So it doesn't matter if it's just a single black circle on a canvas. It matters that the artist is this very deep individual and what it they were intending to be. And I think that's bullshit, and I hate that. And I think that you can kind of at least somewhat objectively look at things and say, wow, this was really skillfully done and this wasn't. And if a robot or a program or whatever magically manages to create something like that, then it doesn't in any way take away from the aesthetic stuff. I think it's back. Oh, wait, no, where is it? Yeah, no, keep going the way you're going. No, is it? I think it might be the place that you came from off to the side. Is that where the control room is? Yeah.
Let's go back.
Um, but yeah, I'm a big I I'm gonna say something that some of your fans might actually agree with. I feel like the 20th century art movement, pretty much every you know every major movement thing in it was has been a disaster for the art world. I think that you know painting stuff going into modernism and conceptual art was garbage. I think that writing with James Joyce and all these other overly complex assholes who it's indecipherable what it is that they're writing. I think that that's stupid. Music, Philip Glass, fucking asshole. Like, you know, um, uh, so I don't think it's this direction. Do you know where the control panel is? The thing that you were doing
I
to
think it's back here.
change the
So I'm gonna go.
furnaces and stuff?
I'm gonna go that to find the control panel. We've got it. Um,
All right.
Ellis says number one, religiousness declined because of comfort. Religion ultimately derives from stress or death. Two, religion and IQ is partly genetic. Interesting about religion being genetic. I hadn't heard that. Three, Western breeding patterns favor the religious and the stupid.
I think that's right. I'm gonna say a really controversial theory that I've heard, which is that the Catholic Church in particular was almost designed with almost laser-like precision to take out intelligent people from the breeding pool. Because think about it, like what other religion do you have where the people in charge, the priests and monks and stuff, with the most education, the most intelligent people who have the ability to are not allowed to reproduce. So you take them
Buddhism.
out of the gene pool.
But,
I didn't hear you.
Buddhism. Monks can't reproduce in Buddhism either.
Oh well, yeah, monks, but they don't have a priest caste though, do they?
They
It's
do.
mostly uh,
Tibet was ruled by a priest class. Goodness, it was a
oh, that's
heritocracy.
true.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Well, yeah, that's interesting. But it's relatively rare for most ones. Uh, most religions have had clerics and people who are allowed to marry. But anyways, the point is that I don't know. Maybe they did it for the same reason, but I don't know if it was intentional or not. But I think that the side effect may have ended up being that. And partially, this is based on my severe, my famous hatred of the dirty papists and stuff, but not necessarily not average Catholics. There's plenty of good people like that, but the leadership structure and the historical actions of the church is what I'm talking about.
Maybe. Um, there's a lot. There's a lot of so LS seems to be hinting at and LS, you can tell me if I'm misunderstanding what you're getting at. You seem to be implying the sort of the cycles of society, like the weak times. Weak men create hard times create strong men create good times create weak men. That's that like idea of like the
Right.
cycles of society or the cycles of civilization. Um, First popularized by Edward Gibbon, basically.
I love it, Edward Gibbon.
Oh
He's been
God.
largely discredited by modern historians, but
I mean, don't get me wrong, because I
I, I
actually. Oh, I
I
can.
don't think I don't Bella, hold on. I don't think this is the way you're supposed to go. I think that there's another.
Oh,
If you turn around and go up the stairs in the middle, I think that that's where the control room is.
valid. I just wanted to briefly show. Forgive me for having about 2,000 fucking tabs open, like a moron.
Well,
Um,
they can't see it.
they can see. I'm sharing my screen. Um,
Oh, okay.
um, the gods in Italy. Paul Falconer Pool. Here we are. This is like so. I went to Manchester Art Gallery today, and this was one of my favorite paintings that I saw. It's really cool. It's an oil, I believe, oil on canvas picture by this guy Paul Falconer Pool, and it depicts the Ostrogoths supposedly in Italy. Oh my! During the reign of King Theodoric, and this is really interesting. This is like playing into that whole like weak good times make weak men kind of thing. Like the Roman servers are bringing all the wine, these like fruits of the wealth of Rome, but these barbarians are like weak and they're out of control and they're squandering it. And there's this bit in the corner I find particularly evocative. You've got this barbarian lying down, gazing up at the bust of this emperor who remains upright. Right, the barbarian's almost like drunk on his own power and is therefore weak, whereas the Roman emperor is strong and stoic and in control. It's an image of history that we've had with us for a very long time, and I think it's good dramaturgy, the whole like cycle of civilization thing, even if it, well, not, I don't want to say even if, because I don't think it's a good idea to hold on to, although the cycles of civilization doesn't make for good history. Exactly, Jack Tier there depicted as savages. It's a really good painting. Like I have like, you know, as much as art like this, and I have these pictures open because I'm actually preparing to do a video about this kind of art. It has some like fascist undertones, or it's like been
Yeah.
used by fascists, but I must confess to enjoying this kind of art. I think it's designed, or at least for people in Western societies, to give us some kinds of aesthetic pleasures. No, that's something different.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that it's a interesting theory and an entertaining one, and I'm willing to buy into it. But it just happens to not actually be true if you look at the history and stuff. It's kind of like that whole. Well, I won't get into a whole other thing, but the witch cult hypothesis. Have you heard that? The idea was
Uh,
that prior to the Indo-Europeans invading Europe, Europe was in ancient prehistoric times was this matriarchal society and egalitarian, and they worshipped goddesses and stuff, and they were crushed by the uh, uh, patriarchal Indo-Europeans. Fascinating theory. It happens to not be true,
So,
but
so some of the reasons they will have
I'm willing to
thought
buy
this, some of the
into
reasons they'll have, wait, the Indo-Europeans. No, I'm getting this wrong. Sorry, ignore me. There's evidence. Well, there's feminist ways of reading the archaeological record in relation to farming. But anyway, now we're. I'm still lost trying to find this fucking control room. I think I need to go here
I
and go
know,
down.
Bella. Bella, you need to listen. You need to listen to me. You continued going down the tunnel instead of turning around.
Okay.
Um, so you want to go back and to that building that you see right in front of you right now,
Yeah.
and go up the stairs.
Okay. Okay. I will go up the stairs.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm
I mean,
just trying to keep the viewers from getting too infuriated at us.
no, that's very
That's
fair.
not true. That's actually the main thing that I'm trying to do.
No, that's cool. Like, I'm actually thinking because what's the word? Streaming is the best way for me to produce content because I do not have the time in my life to edit videos.
Yeah.
So one thing I'm thinking of doing is like, because part of the reason I say that people can ask about politics in these game streams is because that's what like the political streamers I watch, like Vosh and Zanderhall, when they do game streams, they allow sort of political questions as well. It makes it more interesting, and then also, it gives people a reason to come beyond just the games.
No, 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 Bella, no.
Oh,
Behind you.
behind me, this way or the other way? Oh, back this
Okay.
way.
So
Okay.
when you walk into the area, when you go into the area with the stone grinding wheels, just stop and don't do anything because there's a delay. And okay, so you'll want to no, no, Bella, Bella, yeah, go up there in the middle.
In the middle. Okay.
So right behind you, I believe, if you're in the same position.
Is this it? No.
Okay, so literally 180 degrees
Yeah, I'll go
around,
through that one. I'll
just
go through
straight.
that one. How much?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just there's a delay, so it's
I know.
very weird.
Yay, we made it back to the control room. Okay, now what?
Okay. So you'll go there and you'll turn on the pick one of the control things, and you'll want to I think the one on the yeah that one um to turn on the furnaces, I believe, which will be the one that's currently on the screen.
So, we want to turn on the furnace, you said?
Yeah, I believe all four of them probably.
Right, okay, let's turn on some furnaces.
No, no, those ones are the yeah there we go.
Unos, dos, tres, et,
Oh boy.
cuatro. Okay, nice.
Okay.
So now let's return and
Symbols
see what
were
we have.
on the. If not, I've got the copy.
Oh my, it's kicking off in chat um, about whether the present conservative government are
I think that the
fascists.
way to get back to where you were, um, yes, the I think that the way to get back where you go is to go through that side tunnel thing that you were doing before.
Oh, okay.
I don't know anything about UK politics. Can you tell me what the deal is with the Conservative Party? They're the Brexit people, right?
Yes and no. Like there's support for Brexit in all in both the Conservatives and Labour Party, and Conservatives and Labour are like Republican and Democrat to Americans. No, like both sides
Hmm.
support Brexit. And actually, the only reason we have the referendum is because the leader of the Conservative Party, David Cameron, while he was in a coalition government with the Liberal Democrat Party, he wanted to appease the Brexiteer vote. So he sort of got them to vote for him by saying, if you elect me, we'll do a referendum because he thought we would win the referendum. And he argued very
Huh.
passionately during the debate that we should stay in the EU and everything, and then we lost. So that's what we basically left the EU because David Cameron wanted to stay in power. It's kind of amazing. Right, so now we're here. What do we do? We're back in this room.
So go. I should hopefully be lit up,
Do you
right?
mean the red ones? Corbyn was a Bennite Brexiteer before he became
God,
leader.
the stream is dying.
Let's try. Oh, I think I need to connect this. That's what's going
Okay,
on.
can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you. And I think... Ooh, yes,
Okay.
Apius, things are activated. We've got it. It's going. It's
No.
happening. It's happening.
Oh, good. Good. Okay. So yeah, okay, now you'll notice if you look at the bottom that those are the same symbols that were on the cave wall, right?
Yep.
Now I don't know what level they are, but I'm gonna look it up. So you just be your normal entertaining self.
Well, they are kicking it off
Okay.
in chat. Yeah, go on.
Okay, I think this is what you want. You want to the far left one, you want it down 3 pegs. The middle one, you want it down 5 pegs, and the last one on the side, you want it down 7. So 3, 5, 7.
Okay.
Exactly.
And is that for all
And then
of
the one
them? Oh, wait, as
on
in
the
three,
far right
three
will
from the
be
bottom. Hold on one
down
second.
7.
Hold on one second. I think I... So, 7.
And I
Let's try that.
believe that you do that.
Wait, so from the
Right.
top or from the bottom? Appius. Hey, Ethan. So what's happening right now is
I've got
Appius is having
the
connection
fucking
problems.
firing nuts.
Appius is having connection problems.
Yeah,
We're trying
from
to
the
solve a puzzle, and chat is going off at each other about fascism. And I could stir the pot, but I am choosing not to.
I'm excited. I'd love to hear what they're saying. Yeah, it's gonna be from the top. So
So 3 down from the top. Okay. Unos, dos,
yes.
tres. Unos, dos, tres, cuatro, cinque. Unos, dos, tres, cuatro, cinque, six, septem. Does it have to be that way for all of them? Maybe it has to be that way for... Oh,
I think so.
that would be why. Let's go. Let's do it for all of them. Stir that pot. Oh my.
Yeah. So what? I'll tell you this about Britain, and I don't want to upset anyone. You know me. I don't like doing that. But first off, them leaving the EU, I think nothing of value was lost, and I think that they should allow that. I mean, it's fine that they allow that. It's just that you can't drag people who weren't interested in doing it down with you. So you've got to let Northern Ireland and Scotland go. They didn't want it. Scotland came within a hair's breadth of getting independence before, and now they certainly would vote to get independence. And you guys can just be stuck with your shitty England and Wales. Um, no offense. Other countries and play nice, then fine.
Cool. Damn.
I'm sure the chat is pretty much agreeing with everything.
They are ignoring everything you said, and they are going off at each other
That's
about
fair.
whether or not we'll end up because of the things are happening. Whether we're going to end up because of the vaccine passport system, whether we're going to end up with a social credit system akin to China's, which
Oh,
seems
that's fucking
dubious to
stupid.
me. But
Um,
see, that's a
okay.
different. Like I
I
was like,
guess
that seems dubious to me, and you're like, that's fucking stupid.
you're right. That really embodies the difference between how you and I communicate. Um, okay, try pressing the button in the center. Maybe I'm kind of just guessing here. Um,
Yeah, that's
I
fine. Guessing is valid. Let's go. Button time. Let's go. Whoop whoop. Oh, we're ascending, boys. It's the incel revolution. We are ascending. We're gonna get all of the Stacys. Are you guys with me? Whoop whoop.
You know what? I saw this. I just saw this fucked up
Oh no.
documentary thing on two different uh, spree shooters who were incels. One was that Elliot Rogers, and one was a guy who had been friends with him, and several years later ended up doing that. And but uh, but here, okay. So let me check the thing. The guide. Um. Okay. So one of the last things in this guide is, so how long is this going to take? Good question, game. That's just what we were asking. Okay. These values will be used for the ovens. Why else would they be writing on the wall? You've learned all that you need to right now. One point of interest. You will learn more about these two special powers. When you're back at the shell cloth, turn towards the orange pylon and walk to the oven room. Go to the first oven you encounter and look through the viewer. The markings on the sliders are pretty easy. Each thin line corresponds to one unit or one spoke. Each thick line corresponds to five thin lines. Wait, each thick line corresponds to five thin lines. So 40 would be 8 thick lines up, which I think is what we said it. They're measuring from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, okay. So make the same setting for each of the 4 ovens, and after you set the last one, press the yellow button on the right side of the viewer. Okay, you did that. This will start all 4 ovens. How long is this going to take? As opposed to offline versions, it takes 4 hours total for these settings. That means that 1 hour is represented by 10 thin lines. Remember, so each 6 minutes. Remember what I said about the symbol in the cave? You'll have all the time you need to check out that symbol. What the fuck? Do you actually have to wait?
Damn.
It takes 4 hours for these settings to do whatever the fuck it is they're supposed to do.
My inkling is maybe once all those ovens are on, maybe then this thing will activate. It'll be like a furnace, you know? That's
Yeah.
completely fine. We can go and we can do another area for a moment. Yeah, this is completely fine.
What does the other at the end there do? The one that doesn't take you to the cave. There's a
Oops,
one I
sorry. Oh, we've lost Apius again. Oh no.
Okay, can you hear me?
We can just about.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Hello. 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 Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
And there's only a 45-second delay. This how do normal
Nope, you cut it out again. Sad face.
you know
Yeah, no, Apius, you're still cutting out, I'm afraid. Ellis, oh my god, sorry,
Yes, I know.
Ellis said I'd like to find out more about Alex Jones as well. Um, dude, I love Alex Jones. Like, so much. Like, I know he's horrible, but I love him. I want to, if I had, if I could summon that level of like voice and crazy, I could be the left wing Alex Jones, you know?
Um, okay, am I
Um,
back in sync? Because I want
you're,
to insult you properly, Bella.
you are back in sync, I believe.
Okay. The yeah, Bella has a huge problem with this sort of thing where people are like different communities and figures and individuals who are like fucked
Yes.
up and terrible. She has a bizarre love and affection for them, and Alex Jones is one of them.
Yes, guys,
Um,
I'm back like literally
is
one
that
minute.
fair
I
to
just need
say?
to be real quick. Alex, I'm leaving you guys with the chat, so that you can talk directly. You should be able to see them in the corner, and you guys can talk for like 1 minute. I'll be right back. It's just like otherwise, I'm not going to be comfortable while I stream.
Wow, this is so exciting, and now you guys are stuck with me. And probably the connection is going to have my stuff totally, break up and not be legible or what's the word, audible to you guys. But really nothing either of us can do about it. So, do you guys want to hear me do some poetry? I can't actually see the chat, the comments thing, so I don't know if anyone's responding and saying yes. I'm just gonna assume that every single person is saying that they want to hear it. So let's see. I've memorized a few poems. What's a good one for here? Well, I memorized um, to a an athlete dying young. That one's pretty good. Um, he was this homo from you know the Victorian England, and he was deeply closeted, and he made this one about a uh, you know his athlete dying young. The day you won your town the race, we cheered you through the marketplace. Man and boy stood cheering by, and home we brought you, shoulder high. Runners come, shoulder high, we bring home, and set you at your threshold down, of a stiller town. Smart lad to slip from fields where glory does not stay, and early though the laurel grows, it withers quicker than the rose. Eyes the shady night have shut, cannot see the record cut, and silence sounds the ears after earth has stopped the ears. Now you will not swell the rout of lads who wore their honors out, runners whom renown outran, and the name died before the man. So set before the echoes fade the fleet foot on the sill of shade, and hold to the low lintel up the still defended challenge cup. And round that early laureled head will flock to gaze the strengthless dead, a garland briefer than a girl's. Hi, Bella.
Have you gotten well
You
acquainted with
didn't
chat?
forget to unmute your mic, did you?
I had, and now I have
Yeah, I
sorted that
guess
out.
I couldn't see anything that they were. Mhm. Let's see. Did they respond to anything interesting? I couldn't actually read their stuff.
Oh right, okay. Um, yes. Good night, Michael. Michael's gone to bed. Kiyoshi said hello. Welcome, Shima Kiyoshi. Um, Hail, Ethan. We're not playing the Gothic game, I'm afraid, but you're welcome. Regardless. So yes, let us return to gaming. And Ellis shared a cool poem by Keats. So, Alex, do you know like what we are supposed to do now?
Uh, well, for that one place that we were just at, allegedly we're supposed to do nothing and wait for 4 hours. and then something will happen. That seems stupid.
Okay,
Um,
well, tell you what then. Since we have to
but
wait 4 hours, and that's like beyond the time that I'll have for stream, do you want to like see? Well, first of all, see if there's any people in the public areas, but also just like run around exploring some of these guys' like fan-made areas.
yeah, sure, good idea.
Pog, let's go.
Um, Let me see. You know what? While you were gone, I recited something by A.E. Houseman. I don't know if it actually went through or whatever, but what I should have done is some of those rap lyrics. I know those are probably more entertaining than old poems. Um, Trying to think of a good one. Let's see. Yeah, I know some Eminem. I know some Twista, Tech Nine, um, C Mob. He's kind of obscure, but he's very good. Oh, you know who you would like is Cess Crew. They they're on Tech Nine's music label, and they have some kind of complex ones like planetary collision, inner vision, apocalypse, demonology, monetary, toppled metropolis, inequality, military, coddle the populace, Mephistopheles headed full throttle for opulence. That one's a 13 syllable rhyme, which is very hard to do. Hey, another player.
There are the players. Sure are. Let's go, Ethan. I agree. Let's fucking go.
Let's
I
fucking go.
I wish I had the energy to do. Do any of you watch Riley Grace Rochon? She's always like, "Oh shit!" I didn't realize that that would.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh my God, Bella. What you should type in there is fuck your cones.
I thought, oh god, I didn't mean to do that. I thought those things were solid. They must have spent ages setting them up. Oh shit!
Fuck you and fuck your cones. Uh,
Oh fuck! I'm so
you know
sorry.
what? Try to kick it back in. I'm sure that it won't cause any more trouble. I'm sure that
Yeah,
you can do it
Apius,
without knocking over all of those.
you brilliant. Okay. The only thing I can is respond in true medievalist fashion. With mea maxima culpa, and
You,
like,
you know what?
oh god.
I saw something that I bet you would like. It was this there was this old copy paste thing that people would post that was like shit was so cash, like it was a whole long thing that they would type, and somebody like translated it into how like a medieval knight would speak, and it was fucking hysterically funny. It was like forsooth I do yet tell ye that you fornicate with your mother. And like,
I feel so bad about that. Oh god. I hope he doesn't tell anyone. Oh god. Because they'll know. They'll know. They'll be like, who came in here? And they can do an investigation. They'll be like, who moved this thing?
you know,
Oh, he's
perfect.
asking how I am. Okay, he doesn't seem mad.
Bella was he.
I was like, let's cover up our tracks.
Yeah, let's bury the body.
Oh
You got to get rid
god.
of them.
The drama. The drama. Um, um, people are talking about our freedoms being eroded. How, dramatic. Um, and yeah,
Yeah,
I agree, Alice. It does
what a bunch
depend
of
on it depends
overly
on like
dramatic assholes. No
exactly
offense.
like it depends what freedoms are being eroded, and it depends what freedoms are being eroded, and also yeah, like wait, there's a dude there. Holy dude, there's a dude just like on. I thought he was part of the fountain. What? Oh man.
Oh wow, they have a little hologram thing there. Yeah, what uh, you know what freedoms are you guys having eroded? Let us
Oh my
know
gosh,
in
Pale,
the
welcome,
comments.
Pale. Um, you walked into possibly like the worst like the scariest kind of chat for you. People are going off about like politics and freedoms and COVID passports. But yeah.
Yeah, they oh, oh, Jesus. This whole COVID thing is just infuriating. It's to me it's like you know, what's an example of something? It's like, hey guys, you should probably like eat food so that you don't starve to death. And it's like, fuck you, man. I have the right to not eat anything and starve. And it's like, well, that's true. No, you know what? That's even a bad example because starvation isn't contagious. You can't infect other people with hunger by refusing to eat yourself. Just get the fucking shot, you pussy. Bella is of the opinion that my rhetoric is not very helpful to being
Uh,
to convincing people.
I guess no. Shit. He witnessed my crime.
What would you say?
He witnessed my crime. I desecrated the public area by knocking down the cone and knocking the ball out of the.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. I can hear you at least. Um, so LS actually brings up a very good point. That like a lot of common law rights, like double jeopardy, etc., are gone in certain areas, and this is true. Yeah, there are some genuine infringements on civil liberties in the UK presently. Yeah, it's messed up. One of them which I find like
What is this?
so double jeopardy is, I mean, this is a legal thing, right? I do not understand it, but I think it's something to the effect of if you
Yeah, at
are
least in the U.S., I know what it is.
in the UK, no, I think it means something different because in the US, double jeopardy is like you can't be charged twice for the same crime unless there's new evidence of a different crime. Whereas in the UK, double jeopardy is like, let's say you and a friend rob a store or something, and a friend goes into the store with a gun that you never know is there, and shoots the clerk and such, and you drive away. Under double jeopardy, I think you're like guilty for literally like murder that your friend committed completely without your knowledge, because of double jeopardy.
Uh,
Yeah.
I've heard similar things like if you're breaking the because this is the U.S., so it's probably different. But in the U.S., if you're breaking the law and some other you know person you're involved with or something like that also does it, then you've kind of thrown out all of your rights, and you can be like charged with it even if you didn't know previously. The classic example would be like, I'm trying to. This is kind of an unrelated thing, but I've heard of examples where someone is aiming and shooting at someone and they miss, and they end up it like the bullet goes through a wall and kills someone else. The intent is transferred, even though it was 100% an accident. They were not the intended person to do it, but yeah, but that's kind of different. But sorry, go ahead.
Oh, Ellis says that that's not what double jeopardy means. And in which case I retract. In which case I retract what I'm saying. Like this is why I always preface things like I'm not a legal expert. I do not know these things. I saw a documentary about it like years ago, but I've forgotten obviously what's in it. Um, yeah.
I think I can clear things up. Basically, double jeopardy is when you pick a certain box from the board while you're playing the game show, and you have to, wager a certain amount of money. And if you get it correct, then you win the double jeopardy and get that money back. Hopefully, that clarifies things.
Yeah. No. Ellis is. I was thinking about joint enterprise. Yes. Yes. Sorry. That is the term joint enterprise. Oh, look at this
Huh.
weird thing.
Well, yeah. Hey, wasn't there some? What happened to the woman who was in charge of the UK? That
Theresa May. Or the
um
Queen.
bitch who supported Brexit, who nobody liked.
Theresa May.
No, not the Queen.
Yeah, you mean
Yeah, her.
Theresa May? I don't think she did support Brexit. Eddie,
Oh,
the
she did. There was some woman who was in
Apius,
charge after
the
Brexit.
bull. My favorite bull. It has a name, and its name is Eddie.
That is
This is Eddie,
adorable.
guys. Chat, say hello to Eddie. Oh.
Oh,
Well, I think I feel better now. I got Eddie free. Do not let Eddie escape
yes,
downstairs.
he was locked in ball jail.
Um,
Explore some of the fan-made realms. For
according
Air
to
Kana, that one Air
Shima
Kana.
Kiyoshi, everything has a name. In Shima, sorry, this is going to be a stupid question. Do the cones have a name?
Steve, Bob, Horatio.
I have to say,
I
if people
turn
actually manage to figure out those
them
puzzles,
on.
I'm super impressed. Um,
Yeah, I could see some of the. I in the stream I couldn't see the symbol in the middle of those spokes. So I might have been able to parse that out, but counting the number of spokes is actually like really. That seems not an easy thing to do.
Eddie, potresti nei latini eloqui. Qui a salve scripsisti in chat. It is dicervi in locutorio. Ignore me. Right, so the pellets have quite a history too, apparently. Oh
The
god.
pellets have quite a history. Are those? Is she referring to the glowing light things there?
Yeah, no, I feel like I'm gonna be condemned in a fucking trial. They'll be like, the Guild of Greeters is gonna cast out investigatrix. You don't get to come to any more meetings, you fucking shithead.
It's
At one
a
time, there was
fundamental
a
difference
meter
between you and me.
at the Agurok to measure pellets dropped, and the lake light intensity generated. Dude, this whole game is so wild. It's like an actual community that's been there for ages, and they have their own lore and history and world and shit. How cool is that? And it's all open source and free. By the way,
Yeah, wild.
literally everyone in chat, if you're like a PC user or whatever, you can download this game. It's Myst Online. It's all free and it's open source. You can make your own worlds. You can come play with us. That would be cool to like play with
Mm-hmm.
chat people.
Yeah, that would be. We could in game debate about fascism and stuff.
The Council of Cones.
The Council of God.
Eddie, I am guessing because you did not respond to my temporary burst of Romanitas, that despite having typed Salve Eddie in chat, you do not speak Latin? Or is that, or do you? Or I just got excited, like, ooh, a Latin speaker, maybe. We had one in the Gothic Discord server, actually, and that was quite cool. I had a little chat with her in Latin. It was unfortunate because at the time I was a bit too tired to, like, for my Latin to work well, so I couldn't jump in, like, a VC and do it so well. Shima Kiyoshi used to play this game a lot, like 15 years ago. You can still hear the huge number of pellets generated on each hood's imager.
the hell? What is he even talking about?
I don't know either.
And yet you responded right. That's what I would do if I were in that situation.
Yeah, I'm gonna like try and take us to a new area because hanging around here is not the most stimulating. And also, I want to get away from the scene of the crime. I'm sure that Matthias is
Of the
like,
crime.
Matthias is telling everyone. I'm convinced of this. He's like, this fucking shit
I
came
can't
in,
imagine
came in
that you're the
here.
first person to do this.
I don't know, man. Like, it's entirely possible.
Do we know how to get to the fan-made worlds?
Yeah, I
They're
think
in
so.
that big library, I believe. Okay.
Well, here's some of them. So we have options. Ah,
Okay.
he was one of the beta testers for those locations. Um,
Oh.
let me see.
Don't know how to yell. Are
Ah,
they bad?
right. Let's go. Let's go, the guys. Let's go to a realm. So let's see which one we like the look of.
All
I've
right.
been there.
That's
Uh,
Dunny riding a stained glass mirror.
I think we've been here as well. So let's not.
No, no, yeah, that's an official one. I think it is.
This one as well. Hold on. Weird. 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 Let's go find the library with the thing. The pellets are produced. Whoa. Um. So Kiyoshi said apparently that the pellets are produced in the oven things. Also, I find it so weird. He's walking. He's not running. He's got time. He's got like. So this is like full on. He's role playing basically. He's just like, oh, I'm a inhabitant
That's a good point.
of this world. I'm just vibing. This is my home. I don't need to run.
Yeah, there's something
Wow.
really creepy about
Oh, now
walking in any video game. Because you're right, people run everywhere.
like what's the word? I've seen. Okay. Oh, he was just going to log off. Okay. I see people like walking when there's like a bunch of people and they're like doing a group thing, and therefore because if you're running it can be hard to follow where other people are going and such, so I understand that.
Hmm.
But yeah, right, also pretty area, guys, really pretty area. um
So, you played Warcraft for a long time, World of Warcraft.
oh
Is
yeah.
the thing that I heard was that after a while, no one ever like walked or ran anywhere. Everyone just jump ran wherever they were going. Is that true?
Yeah, because I think it's like very slightly faster. Not everyone, but like most people did. I always found it ridiculous. Like for me, like part of the joy
This
of
this is
part of
cool. We haven't ever seen this before. I don't think.
no, because this is I think the public area, and they put up these guides to help people. Um, wow. Um, but yeah, so the so people would just like jump hop everywhere. Um, Ethan said that he was running because I was being weird and following him. Don't judge my weirdness. Let me be a weird creepy stalker in an
Oh.
online game. Um, no, I'm kidding. We don't stand cyber stalking in this house. Um, okay.
Hmm. Well, let's not use the word "we" there. You don't.
Is this it? Is this the No, this is not the place. How interesting. Oh, I know why. I know what's wrong. I know where we need to go. Oh god. I genuinely feel guilty about those stupid cones. In GTA there's a funny.
Oh.
Oh my god. In GTA Online there's a funny game where you pretend to be an NPC and others have to hunt you down and spot you. So you basically walk and follow the traffic rules for hours. Not gonna lie, that sounds like
Wow.
very, it's like, yeah, that sounds fun. Like you pretend to be a human. Oh, speaking of, okay, so like at uni there was in undergrad there was this like really fun society called the Assassin's Guild, and yeah, it's like I wasn't I never joined it. It's just like it sounds fun and it sounds like the kind of thing which it it only really works in university. It could maybe work in like an office building. Um but anyway, so the point of the game was you were an assassin and you had to kill someone, and you would be given like a couple of details about who they were, like they're studying this subject or whatever, and they are tall or something, and you'd have to like find it out, and some more details of your target would be given to like some other people in in your college, um, and also you would be a potential victim of somebody else. So you had to
Hmm.
kill your target before you were killed by somebody else, and you killed people by stabbing them with these like paper knives. No, Kiyomi is asking if we got anywhere in the desert. No, but if you want to help us go through, we could give the desert a shot. I'm open to that. But yeah, so you'd kill someone by stabbing them with this
Hmm.
paper knife that you would make in like arts and crafts. And uh oh sorry, my brain is being so dumb right now. It
Yeah, I've
was
heard of many variations of
mm,
that. We call it Hitman here. I've never known anyone who actually played it, but sounds
yeah,
fun.
to be sure. Why is this game being shitty? Hey chat, you can be
Yeah,
back on screen for a second. Um Min
yeah.
Carter.
The anyway, the ah shit, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The thing about pretending to be an NPC.
Oh
Um,
yes.
I there's a game. It must be out by now. I remember when it was in development called Spy Party, and it's a really clever idea. The idea is that you're uh, one of several like basically look like an NPC in a party, and you have to walk around and follow their routines and stuff. And there's like an autoplay function too, so it like snaps onto a rail system and goes wherever. And there's someone outside with a sniper rifle and one bullet, and they need to figure out who the fake person is, and then who's not an NPC, and then shoot them. And you have like missions to accomplish while you're in there, like poison someone's drink
Mm,
or steal something or something like that. It's a really cool looking game.
that does sound really cool.
Mm.
But yeah, let's try the desert because apparently Kiyoshi knows the desert, and I have about half an hour more that I can stream. So um, yeah, let's go
Okay,
desert.
cool. Is that the big open one with the kind of like bone structure there?
It is like the Mad Max cage,
Yes.
indeed.
Man, that was so cool. The Mad Max Fury Road. I liked the original, or rather the Mad Max Road Warrior a lot, and I didn't think it possibly could be better than that. But that was a very good movie. It was robbed of Best Picture. It was actually nominated for Best Picture at the Academy Awards, which
Yeah,
is weird.
I have not in
But
truth seen it.
they
I've wanted to see Mad Max Fury Road, but I have not been able to. I think at the time that it was like popular. I don't like
yeah, I
action
don't really have
movies.
a good.
You're cutting out again,
Mhm.
Apius, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I don't have a good sense of what types of movies you love.
Okay, right. So my taste in media is a bit weird. Um, as pretentious as it's going to be, like artsy kinds of movies, I like. Slice of life TV shows, I like Master of None. I really like that. Although I'm more generous in terms of the TV series I like and the movies I like. Because movies, honestly, something that's pretentious and artsy fartsy will get me. Right. Um, I love a lot of horror, but it has to be good horror, as in, you know, I don't care about some zombie jumping out at me with a knife or whatever. I care about like deep psychological horror. Oh my gosh, meet you in the city. Yes, sure, let's go meet
Yeah.
Shima Kiyoshi from chat. That's awesome. Um, how is Y
Oh,
pronounced in
awesome.
Old English? It's U. So mist will be pronounced as must. And that's why actually the word for king is not the word for king in Old English is kuning. Um, so in Beowulf, for instance,
Huh.
the first lines are What way garden and yeardagum theod ginning a through me flun, who the athelingas ellen fremedon, oft shall shaving sheden a threat on monogam maithum meerzettle oftech, edge of the earl, that was God kuning. It's kuning and not kinning. Sorry. I can rattle off the first few lines of Beowulf if somebody wants me to. And he just got it.
Uh,
Oh, that reminds me. Beowulf stream
what
on Thursday at noon, British time. Be there. Um, Ooh, the
oh,
Seventh Seal. I've heard good things. Somebody said the Seventh Seal is their favorite film. I've heard good things about the Seventh Seal. Um, Kiyoshi, I'm going to go to the
I wasn't
meeting
particularly
places
blown away.
hood.
Oh, I remember what I was going to say.
Go on.
Okay. The there's a movie that became very notorious as far as horror movies go. Um, and I agree with you. I like psychological things, and the famous quote from this guy. I think he like reviewed video games, but he had a line that was like, you know, there's a difference between being startled and being scared. If a possum jumps through my window, it would startle me, but it doesn't mean he's fucking Wes Craven or something. um,
Mm.
the but yeah, this there was this movie that became very infamous as being like a shocking film and stuff, and I think that um, it has never gotten the attention that it deserves. I think it's actually a very well done film, and it is called a Serbian film. I don't know if
I've seen
people in
it.
the chat
Yeah,
or if
I've seen
you've
it.
heard of it.
Yeah, I've seen it
You
when I was
have,
as
okay,
a
that's
teenager. Yeah.
and people are so utterly shocked and upset by that, and I was really surprised because the first half of the film there is literally zero violence or shocking things and stuff. It is a very slow ratcheting up of the tension over the first half of it. And to be fair, the second half has a lot of shocking things in it, but I think that a lot of it is psychological in it. I think that even its strongest critics have to admit that it has one of the best soundtracks ever. That's very memorable. Um, and I, the controversy that that film generated really reminds me a lot of John Carpenter's The Thing from I think it was 1984 or 82. Um, when it came out, everyone hated it. All of the critics and stuff thought this is a disgusting film. It's really graphic and gross, and it's terrible. And nobody stopped and said like, "Holy shit, this is like a master of suspense. This is really tense and suspenseful and stuff." And it took a couple of generations for that to catch on. And nowadays it's considered a classic, but it certainly was not at the time. And I feel like that may be what ends up happening with Serbian film. I don't know what your opinion was when you saw it, but
My opinion, like, to be fair, this is my opinion based on what I remember of the film as an adult. Now, I watched it when I was like 13. S- I,
okay, well that's too young to see that film.
I was like, I was a weird phase of teen where like my friend and I just like went through this a few months where we watched like as much like horrifying shit on the internet as we could to like desensitize ourselves to it. Oh my gosh, this is Kiyomi, I think. Kiyoshi, I should say.
Oh my
Hi.
god,
Wait, why am I saying
that is awesome.
why did I type out hi when they can
Good
hear me,
point.
presumably. Um yeah, Ethan, we have like film nights. Oh well, we're trying to like do more film. We've watched a couple of films together in our server. So you're welcome to
Defend young to see that.
join. Yeah. Right. I need to give Kiyoshi the path to my Relto, which I think is this. Am I offering it? I think what's going on here?
No, I think that you open up the book first and then just,
Oh, I think
or
they
you click
no.
on it and then click on the person.
I think they've gone. Yeah, as in into my Relto now. So let's go. Also, Kiyoshi, I
Now, the
apologize for
last
the
time we
new
did this, it
movie.
crashed.
I think last time we did it, it did work. I don't know. I'm bad at this.
Yeah, it crashed the last time we tried taking someone to our world.
Oh no, Kiyoshi, I think we've lost you. I'm so sorry. Or hang on, I can just add them as a buddy, and
Mysterious.
I can add them as a buddy,
Yeah, good idea.
and and figure it out that way. Relto. Oh no, they're here. They're here. This should be okay. I think. Yes, there they are. Nice,
Oh God, they're
Kiyoshi.
lying in wait for us somewhere.
It's true.
Whoa! It
Yeah,
does work.
bowing.
This is an online game.
It's an online game. So why am I typing to you? Yeah, Kiyoshi, shall we you said you like the desert. You can help us figure out the desert? All right.
Yes, good idea. Not sure how we. So she can just follow us there. I think so.
Yeah, I think so. There's there's somebody else in this world
Yeah.
as
So
well,
while
Mumple.
we're waiting for her, what were you gonna say?
Oh,
Ooh.
oh, I had nothing of
So while
substance.
we're waiting for that, what was your opinion of Serbian film?
On the Serbian field, it was like, to me, it felt like it was shock for the sake of it, So I wasn't that impressed. But having heard your praise of it, I
Yeah,
think
the
I'll,
second.
yeah, go on.
Yeah, a lot of people mainly remember the shocking parts in the second half. Whatever. Do we find them?
I think
But
so.
and to be fair, there is a moment that has, and to be fair, there is a moment that has someone raping a newborn baby to death. But besides that, you know, and some other shocking things, it yeah, I was very. It was a very different film than what I had expect. And also, I think an important part of it is that it actually doesn't take itself as seriously as people sometimes claim that it did. There's so the premise of it is this, that there is this retired porn star guy, and he's contacted by these really weird filmmakers to make some kind of like pretentious artsy porn film thing, and the uh, 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 and as they're filming it and doing it, it becomes increasingly upsetting and creepy and like kind of they don't tell him what it is that the film is going to be about. It becomes or the director of it in this like the just artsy jackass who's talking about how there's all this deeper meaning behind everything and stuff, and that's clearly a reference to the director of a Serbian film. He's clearly making fun of himself, like saying, "Oh, there's a deeper meaning to all this, like you know, uh, uh, the violence and things like this." And he's, so it's not this hyper serious thing that a lot of people, make it out to be. But I digress.
People are bringing
But
up
yeah,
The
I do
Witch.
agree.
And I'll say, yeah, Guy, LS, The Witch is my
that
third favorite film. I absolutely love it.
sorry, go ahead.
Somebody, LS said that The Witch was a really good movie. Yeah, I love that so much.
Oh, okay.
And I've said this before, but I'll rant about it again. Everyone misunderstands The Witch. Okay, so like, turn off or mute right now if you don't want spoilers for The Witch. I don't have that much time, so I will explain it. A Calvinism, right? The
Hold
Calvinist.
on. Uh,
Wait, have you not seen it? Oh,
no, I haven't seen it yet.
okay. Just put your fingers in your ears, Apius. I
No,
will
no, no.
like.
I will.
No, it's fine. I will wave when it's
Okay.
I'll wave when the spoilers are over. Right.
To
Okay.
give you
Cool.
do what?
I will.
I'm gonna give you like 3 minutes to describe it. Okay.
Cool. Awesome. Right. So,
All right, go.
chat. Yeah, the dialect in The Witch is awesome. So, with for me, the history of it is really important. So, like, a lot of people critique The Witch, and they're like, "Oh, nothing happens. It's boring," and I'm like, "You misunderstand what the essential drama the film is about. It's really cool." So, the it is amazing, and at the time, Calvinism, so in the 1600s, was this idea that in predestination, so this idea that God has already plotted out every single thing in the future of humanity, both spiritual and terrestrial. So the idea being that God has already decided who is going to go to heaven, oh wow, and who is going to go to hell. And therefore, nothing we can do in this world affects where we go in the next one. But they believed, the Calvinists, that the people who were destined to go to heaven would naturally be good. The people who are destined to go to heaven are called the elect, and therefore they would perform, they would like work hard, and they would be rewarded in industry. They would be successful at their job, and successful at their one task that God had put them on earth to do, basically. And this became the Calvinist idea of the calling. And The Witch is about a family like grappling with the psychological reality of realizing that not only are their souls damned to hell, but their souls were never saved. And they're explicitly talking about it in the film. From the very beginning, when the baby Sam goes missing, the wife is talking about, we're damned, like our souls will be lost. With Caleb, then they start to worry about his soul being lost. And when Caleb dies, Catherine talks about exactly, yeah. She's like, the devil will speak scripture too. She wasn't convinced that even though Caleb, when he died, was speaking scripture, she thought he was still damned. And the father, William, his like calling was chopping wood. Like that's the task that he applies himself to convince himself that he's good, because if he's good at his job, that is cutting wood, he can convince himself he's part of the elect. And then there's that scene when he's chopping wood after he's locked his daughter in the shed with the animals, and he just like breaks down. He realizes that he's doomed, and he says, "I know that I'm not going to go to heaven, Lord, but save my children." It's so like powerful, and nobody gets it. Everyone's just like, "Oh, nobody the witch is boring. Nothing ever happens." I'm like, "Oh, Kiyoshi, is that your voice?"
Okay, so
Oh,
how
there we are.
about that?
Yeah. Okay. Right. Time to stop. Spoilers. Yep. Cool. Find your path in the stars. Wow.
Yeah, I'd like
Ignore me,
to see
Kiyoshi.
that. I hadn't really heard about it. I think that you would recommend it. Some other ones that people see if they haven't already is
Oh, Jugface is one I recommend. It's a great indie horror film. It's pretty good.
kind of a bad rap because of Blair Witch.
Apius, you cut out before Blair Witch. Yeah, LS, you seem to have good taste in movies. If you have LS, do you have any other like horror movies in a similar vein that you'd recommend? Because I'm always on the hunt for a good horror movie like that. Ideally, if it's on Netflix, because I have Netflix, and that's like the only streaming service I have.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh boy, a bit of a delay, but I'll tell you what stuff that you know, right?
Sorry, what?
Bird Box.
Bird Box is good, yeah. I like Bird Box. What are some others? Cadaver. That was quite nice. And I got to practice Norwegian with that, so that was good. What other ones do we have? Because when I watch these films, I love. Oh yeah, Les Affamés was a good take on zombies. Oh, hold on. There's this really good one. It's shot in New Zealand. It was on Amazon Prime. It was super low budget. It was this very gloomy post-apocalyptic kind of thing. I love that one. I'm sorry, I can't remember what it is now.
I might know the one that you mean. Does it have three main characters and kind of a love triangle in it?
No, not a love. Oh well, it's like humanity is divided into
Ugh.
these two camps. Like one on the other side of the barrier. Oh, apparently they're difficult to find without following this guide. Very much obliged,
This is
Kiyoshi.
probably gonna break up and
That's okay.
and break up and end up pissing me off. But okay, so can you hear me?
I can hear you just about, yeah.
Okay, there's a Japanese film, a fake documentary called Occult, Occult, and it's very good. I really like these fake documentary horror films if they're done right. They got a lot of bad press because of Blair Witch Project and The Conjuring and all these other. Wait, was it The Conjuring? Paranormal Activity, which are these fake documentaries that suck. But this one was great, and I would talk more about it, but I imagine that the stream's gonna fuck up any second now.
Maybe.
Well, the premise of it is that there was it. The filmmakers set out to make a documentary about a mass stabbing that happened, where someone just stabbed a bunch of strangers in Japan, and then they end up focusing on one of the survivors who had these weird symbols carved into his body by the attacker, and who is now starting to see things and hear things that aren't really there, and exhibiting a lot of the symptoms that the attacker himself exhibited before the attack. And it's very well done, I think.
I'm just trying to remember now. Then I think it's The Wall. Yeah, The Wall. I'm fairly sure that's the one.
What, the
Let-
Pink Floyd film?
No, sorry, not Pink Floyd. The one that I was saying from New Zealand, I think that was oh wait, no, I am wrong. No, oh wait, no, that's there seem to be a lot of films that are called. There's Pink Floyd, The Wall. Oh, there's that one that seems interesting. Post-apocalyptic movie about
You know what's a weird fact that I just heard recently?
Existence, I think. Yes, this is the one.
It was
Sorry.
Sadako.
It's Existence. There we are.
Oh, spelled with a Z? Yeah, I've heard of that.
No, not that. It's Existence. It's really good. Or I think it is anyway. Because it's one of these ones where you feel introduced to a world. Oh, sorry, Apius, go on.
Oh yeah, this.
Not many people are talking about it, and people don't like it apparently, but I enjoy it so much.
Um,
Yeah,
don't like
existence.
what exists.
Yeah, this is the name of the film that I had been talking about, which I recommend to people. Like, it's one of those. Here's the thing.
Um,
This is my taste in movies. It's one of those ones
but
that if you need things to be happening, it's not going to be for you. But if you need like a plot, but it's like you get transported away to this like strange new world for a bit, and that's really enjoyable for me. On the London Underground with a golem type creature, that was
interesting.
scary. Huh. Interesting. LS, I don't know if I remember a
Yeah,
movie like that.
here's
Sorry,
but
Apius.
yeah, a interesting. Oh, it's fine. A interesting thing that Sadako is her name from the Ring movies, where she would like come out of a videotape or some shit. In the original book version of that, had testicles, and it's not super well explained at all what the fuck is what's going on with. Apparently, she was intersex or something. There's a lot of really weird, like the original book has some just plot thing. She's raped by the last surviving person with smallpox in Japan, and she contracts it, and she's ashamed when he sees that she ends up killing herself or something. Turns into a crazy ghost virus that affecting people. But I just heard that recently.
Um, Under the Skin looks like it could be interesting. Um, right. Um, okay. With that being the case, because thanks to Kiyomi's help, we got through that desert one. And I'm getting kind of tired. I'm gonna need to like
Oh
also I
wait,
need
we
to be.
did?
We did. We got through the desert thing. So apparently in this area um, there are other like pits that you can descend and such, but they're hard to find without a guide. So I'm like, getting through one is a good enough achievement for this stream, and yeah, we can. So we can say, well, actually, no, not this one. Next stream, because the ovens will have heated up or whatever, you and I can finish that area with the train. That would be nice.
Yeah, very exciting.
Indeed, very exciting. So yeah, I think any final memes you want to share with the chat, or any chat if you want to share any final memes with us.
I'm all memed out personally, but
Valid. Um, as for other things that
it's
I'm doing,
very stupid
oh, as usual, obligatory. I mean, I'm sure everyone
that we have.
I'm sure everyone would who would like to be in the server who is in chat is probably already there. But just in case there's somebody who would, but for want of a link, join my Discord server, feel free to. We're doing watch parties and such. We have fun. We share memes. It's nice. Good people. Good peepo. So there's that. I'm going to be doing the last. Oh my god, yes, LS, the Alex Jones indie song. I love it so much. I love everything about him. Have you seen? Okay, so the frogs one and the caveman as well. The bone broth, the bone broth. It's such a good one. It's a bop. It unironically slaps. And I love the clip of him with the bone broth as well when he's like, oh, it's so good.
Bella is completely crazy.
I love Alex Jones, okay? He's my baby. Don't take my baby from me. He's my angry, shouty baby. Anyway, look, no, I don't care. There is nobody, like, on the left who is any, like, 1/10 as good as of a performance artist as Alex Jones. Like, I'm
He's
sorry.
not a performance artist. He's just an asshole.
He is a performance artist, and it's terrible, but it's also gold. Anyway, right. Um, so there's a link to my Discord server if anyone wants to join. We do watch parties there and such, and also sometimes I just hang out there while I'm like studying, and other people study with me, so you can like come if you have things to study or read on. I'm going to be doing the last of the reading critical race theory things with Simon, with History Debunked, probably on Tuesday. I'm going to try and ask him if we can do it live because I think that might be nice that you guys can get your questions in about CRT. And if not, I'll do like a live critical theory Q&A. So I'll have the book open and people can ask questions and specific things about it
Yeah, that's
after
a
we've
good
gone through
idea.
the book. On Thursday, I'm doing a Beowulf stream. We're going to be reading through chapter 2 of Beowulf. And then after I read it, I'm going to be like annotating the third chapter. And then on Saturday at 7 p.m. there's going to be like the Learning Gothic through Gaming stream. So I'm doing loads of shit, loads of streams on my channel, at least like 2 streams a week. I'm aiming for. So if you guys want either of those kinds of contents, you can see it then. I will see you guys around. I'm also going to be shooting a video at some point, maybe tomorrow or the day after that I'll put up. You guys have been awesome company tonight, especially to talk about movies and like all that. I've got some cool recommendations for you guys. I am genuinely going to like look at Under the Skin because that looks quite fun. And I hope you guys all have an amazing. I know it's the weekend, so the weekend's over, but like I hope your weeks are good, and I will see you guys later. Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.
End stream.
Yeah, that was